Hello and welcome to Just Grasp 1. We have a losers match here for you guys today between soullowe and Peter Pirate or Petersonian here. We're going to be starting off with the draft here between these two players. This is going to be a losers round 1 match. And yeah, looks like soullowe went ahead and got the first draft. And so we'll go ahead and see them round out their characters here. And then Petersonian will go ahead and round out their final character, and then we'll be set to go. It looks like they have their drafts hidden. That's okay. It looks like they're just both agreeing to have their drafts hidden. Normally the drafts are going to be revealed to get those juicy counter picks in, but we are just playing hidden draft right now, which if both players are fine with, it's kind of whatever to me. So we'll have to see what Petersonian goes and picks their third. Both players have all three. We have, I see a May. I see Biken. Oh, looks like everything's getting hidden. All right, here we go. Even I don't know what the draft is, folks. Let's post this. And bada bing, bada boom, advertising. All right. I see a Biken come out. And I see... Oh, I see. The selection bag come out. The Biken did not come out. The selection bag came out. Understood. All right. Selection bags are out. Hidden zones are in. May versus Biken, round 1. All right, let's see. We have Nine the Phantom, Nagoriyuki, Biken on the side of soullowe, and we have May, Kai, and New 13 on the side of Petersonian. This first matchup is going to be Biken versus May. May is a very explosive character, as we know. She does have the ability to just kind of delete people off the face of the earth. And then we also have, Biken, who has just kind of just generally good card quality. She has a lot of ways to just kind of bring you into her. She has her ability does that for free. She has Kabari. Kabari notably is not the most safe card anymore than it normally is because Tatsugeki exists. Tatsugeki is also 5 speed. Normally you just drop Kabari at round start and you call it a day, but now we have Tatsugeki where Tatsugeki can just say, okay, I'm going to beat Kabari on offense. Of course, there's other options. Of course, there's stuff like the Arasagawa Sparkle. They kind of block some of that damage from the Kabari and make sure that we just gain the +2 power instead of gaining advantage, stuff like that, because otherwise we get hit, you know, and that's never any fun. Flipping to see who goes first. Looks like we will see Petersonian go first on the May here, and then soullowe will be going second. All right. We're going to see a CC2 and then, or not a CC2, a mole 2. And then we will see another mole on the side of soullowe. 2 for Biken, 3 for May. Now, the notable thing about these two characters is that Biken has this wonderful ability where if she is at below 3 cards, she gets some bonuses on some of her stuff. May, on the other hand, just kind of wants to hit you really hard and blow you up gorilla style. Because she gets that +1 power on front side for 1 force, and back side she gets +2 power for 1 force. So she has a lot of stuff that just kind of like helps with that. And once she gets going, she's really going. As for Biken's not going to have a crazy amount of power. She does have the Mirror of the World, which is a crazy boost of stun immunity, +1 power, makes pretty much everything in its mother safe. And yeah, she just has kind of crazy stuff. We're going to see a strike from May here. I'm almost certain it's going to be something like a Tatsugeki. Ah, this was a block to bait out the Hiragi. That is really unfortunate to see that Hiragi come out early. May is super happy about that. Biken is not happy about that at all. That Hiragi coming out early is very unfortunate. That was a very good block bait by May. We're going to see another strike come out from the Biken here. Biken not too happy with that Hiragi going out. We'll go ahead and strike with something. This could be a dive. This could be a Kabari. There's not really a whole lot of other options here unless we're just kind of baiting with our own block or something. Looks like Petersonian's going to go ahead and take a look at Vikin's cards and just decide how they want to respond here. And 4 cards in hand. We're just going to wild swing this, it looks like. It looks like we got the focus into whatever this is about to be. This is going to be the Kabari. We cannot pull. I mean, here we just probably take the +2 power. Yeah, just take the +2 power, and then, you know, yeah, we're just sitting pretty. +2 power is perfectly fine. We get 3 damage off. We don't run into the focus. We don't take any damage. This is a fine trade. May is going to go ahead and boost Let's Rock, giving that draw and then also that +1 power. And if that card hits, it accelerates May's game plan, which is perfect. Let's Rock is a really nice boost, especially for characters that really care about Gauge. May doesn't really care about Gauge as much, but she does really like the Gauge specifically for Exceeding because, you know, after that Exceed, she gets that +2 power. Viking here sitting on 4 cards is at that sweet spot where we can start seeing stuff like Yozansen, we can start seeing stuff like the Hiragi get the armor, and of course the Sirane, which isn't going to be coming out yet, but it is an option. We also do have the boost of, where is it actually? There it is, Hidden Weapon, +1 power. Oh, we're just naturally pulling, actually. We spent 2 cards to pull, instead of just using Vikin's action. I'm surprised we didn't just use Viking action there. That might be because of, or, I wonder, yeah. I'm not really sure what that was. That's okay. Viking, so we just went ahead and pulled 2 using Area Shift, and then we went ahead and did that. That's fine, I suppose. And we'll see the strike. This is the Arsegawa Sparkle. This is the Yozansen here. Yozansen will perform extremely well here, because 5 damage will break that guard and that armor, because it ignores armor, so it breaks the guard. Petersonian will go ahead and take 5 here on the Arsegawa Sparkle. This is perfect for Viking. Viking really likes this. Despite despite using Area Shift instead of just using the ability, this is still fine. 2 cards in hand. We still have the bonus on deck. Question is, what do we have in hand to actually deal with whatever May's going to do here? Notably, Overhead Kiss does not work. We will see the Tatsugeki into the other Yozansen. Yozansen will perform extremely well again. Whew! Double Yozansen engage. I think as Biken here will just probably end up taking a prep action. There's no reason to keep pushing. I mean, we're sitting in 1 card. We're fine to just prep. We're not doing much. This is perfect. I like this a lot. Alright, now we're doing Disaster of Passion for May. Makes sense. +1 power, +1 speed. We're down 13 life here as May. We're not happy about this. Biken can afford to just kind of sit here and prep. I mean, I know that they like this 3-card sweet spot, but they don't really need it. They're down both Yozansens. The only other thing that this 3-card sweet spot's working for right now is the Surane and the Hiragi. There's only 1 Hiragi left because we saw 1 go up earlier. And Surane we're not even sitting on Gauge yet for. So we actually don't have to worry about just kind of getting cards here. We don't need to sit on this 3 spot of Biken because of this. And so we're sitting at 5 cards to 5. May having the +1 power, +1 speed. I mean, at this range, we're going to Area Shift into range 1. Cancel with itself. Boosting Badass? Cancel? Is this just the crazy Overhead Kiss? I mean, I could see this being the crazy Overhead Kiss. Yeah, this is just the crazy Overhead Kiss. Alright, this is 6 damage Overhead Kiss. This will not push, but it will gain advantage. That was a very good play by May. I like that a lot. Push 2 does not happen, notably because of the focus. We do have advantage, though. Major downside here is we just kind of spent or blew our load as May. So we are sitting only on 1 Gauge. It looks like we're not looking at that Exceed anytime soon. Biken's up 7 life. We can look to strike here since May is low on cards, or we can go ahead and just kind of keep playing. We are down. This is 1 focus. Yeah, this is only 1 focus that we're down. Man, my camera's going all over the place. Sorry about that. This is only 1 focus that we're down, so we're not too sweaty about that. Yeah. We're just going to continue prepping, though. We're going to sit 6 for 6. Biken here is going to probably look to boost something. If we have Mirror of the World, I think we just boost that every day of the week. I think it's a pretty dang good card. We're just going to strike here. We're going to play the Grasp into the block, get ourselves another gauge. Toss May out to range 3. The only downside about tossing May out to range 3 here is it does make stuff like Assault and Tatsugeki viable. But it does save you from the stuff like the Mr. Dolphin. You know, the Mr. Dolphin gets 6 power if it's at range 1, and stuff like this. Then we are going to go ahead and see the other Disaster of Passion get boosted, +1 power, +1 speed. Never fun to see boosted. As Baiken, we're gonna let a strike. We're gonna say we don't care about this, and that is perfectly fine. We could just see something like a Tatami here, you know, unless we have EX Spike on the other side. Tatami is relatively safe here, and it's just gonna lose to Cross, and May is just not really gonna be happy about playing across here overall. Does May have other ways to break the Tatami? It is possible. I mean, this is something like a dive angle. You know, dive would be perform really well into Tatami with this +1 speed, but we just saw a dive get discarded, so I don't think it's going to be that. I mean, we could see other options such as the Anchor Swing. Anchor Swing will perform fine into Tatami, doesn't get broken, and doesn't get pushed out because Tatami has that only push 1 close 2. We are going to end up getting space. This could also just be something like an Assault. This is the classic range 3 mix-up. So we'll have to go ahead and see what we end up getting played here from Baiken and how May wants to respond to this. I think the most notable thing here that May has to think about is they are down both Yozansons. Here comes the Focus. Focus into the Tatami. Focus will perform extremely well here. This will be 2 damage to 3. Yep. Actually, 2 damage to 4. Perfect. Alright, Baiken here at range 1. The main thing we want to watch out for is when we drop that other Hiragi eventually, we just do not get it broken and we do not get it overhead kissed. Those are the 2 things we really don't want to see happen. And we're still sitting up here pretty with Baiken. I mean, we can even drop the Surane if we want. Probably not, because we only have 5 cards, but I mean, the Surane is an option for reversals. Karakawari is the more risky option that we still have available to us. We also have the standard stuff, you know, like the other Grasp. We have a Cross up. We have a couple Assaults up. Here comes the pull into the corner. What are we looking to do here? Exceed Strike? Yep, pull 2, Exceed Strike. Makes sense. Alright, now we have to be careful here as Baiken, because strictly saying is that... Yeah, the main thing here is that we are on backside May. This means that if May drops a card, we are definitely susceptible to being blown up. Yep, here comes +2 power. If this is Mr. Dolphin, I am kind of scared. I want to beat Mr. Dolphin. Oh, I think I just saw 2 cards get flipped. Maybe? Nope, just 1 card. The dive into the sweep, or the Assault, I mean. That will not perform well. Alright, May with the advantage here. Range 1. I think the dive was specifically to get over any slow options, which I think is perfectly fine because, you know, those slow options are really scary. It also does beat out stuff like the spike, you know, because you kind of don't want to play the slower or that sweep in case, you know, it does just kind of get blown up, or that Hiragi now that you're not sitting at 3 cards. May is sitting here on 15 life to 14 now. The life totals are evened up. Probably not the happiest about this position right now for the... Probably not super happy with this right now for the Baiken anymore. We kind of want to get these Yozansons back. This is a really good boost. I like this a lot, the stun immunity here, because what this stun immunity specifically says is, hey May, if you hit me, you are going to take 1,000,000 damage. Of course, we're going to see the tech come out immediately. I am not surprised by that one bit. Are we canceling this? Okay, cool. Cool. No need to say anything, they got it. Sweep into the Surane. Sweep will perform just fine here. That'll be 8 damage to 5. Okay. One more. There we go. Perfect. Sweeping the focus. That's not what you want to see get swept. Okay. What is the main threat here for Baiken? Baiken's main threat is that Mr. Dolphin. I think that Surane was in response to that Mr. Dolphin, which makes a lot of sense. I liked that a lot. The problem is that the sweep got dropped. Baiken doesn't have anything at range 1 that really breaks sweep, except for Kawari. Here comes the energetic, +1 speed, now advance 1, just draws for end of turn. Baiken in a little bit of trouble here. I do want Baiken to get these Yozonsons back online soon. We might not have time for that, though. So we're going to need to see Baiken kind of, like, create some... figure out how to kind of get themselves back. Because right now, with this +1 speed on the table does open up stuff like... Oh, +4 guard. Oh, what kind of stuff are we cooking here? What are we cooking here? Spike into Dolphin. Spike will not do it. Dolphin will take game 1. I think that was some pretty solid play from Baiken. They had a few missteps, but I think it was perfectly fine in all honesty. Some of these plays were really good. The double Yozonson right out the bat. The Sirane was calling out the Mr. Dolphin. I think that was perfectly fine. Boosting the Mirror of the World was great. I think that was a pretty solid showing there. I like that play there. I think the main misplay that I saw earlier was the pull 2 using the cross, and then the pull 2 using the cross. Yeah, that was the main thing I saw was the gauge and cross being spent for that pull 2 instead of just the gauge. But that's okay. It happens. We're gonna see new 13 come out from Petersonian here. And we're going to want to think how we want to go into that, because we can play the Viking again. I mean, the Viking's not bad in the new. I mean, she has 1 gauge, pull 1. You know, that in itself is just, or pull 2. And that in itself against new is just already good. Because it automatically at round start, if you get first turn, which you will be, you can just, I mean, well, not at round start. But, yeah, you can just pretty much be like, okay, hey, new. I can bring you to me. Yeah, we're gonna see the Viking come out again. I really like this decision here. Thinking about it, I mean, we have other options. We have the Nago, we have the 9, right? Nago and 9, neither are gonna be bad options in this. Nago is fine because Nago has the ranged fireball that goes ahead and closes them and gives them armor. 9, of course, just being a solid character overall. I think any of these characters will perform fine into new. It's just kind of like, which one do we want to play? We're gonna play the 9, actually. Alright, we're going to see the 9 come out. I like this. This is perfectly fine as well. Alrighty. We're just going to take a second to get our 9 area set up because it is 9. She does take a second to get set up. All nice and pretty, you know. Then Phantom reference cards. Got to get the little area set up. We have our own reference. Just cue the elevator music for me. We just got to take a second here. Alright. So the main cards that we're going to want to see here from 9 is stuff like Morganite Malice, right? Because Morganite Malice will immediately bring new back into range. If new escapes, we can just Morganite Malice them and call it a day. Of course, it does get beaten out by Grasp, just like everything else. But, I mean, it is what it is. We also have stuff like Kunzite. We also have stuff like, Navy Pressure. It's not like we're going to be at a terrible time with new. So against new here, I mean, we're not going to have a too terrible of a time. Even Flame Punisher is not terrible against new. Like, we have a lot of options that are just fine. Fine against new. Alright, I may pause a little bit to eat some food, but just please bear with me. I just got home when this happened. Alright. Got a bite of food in. Looks like 9 is going first. New will be going second. Optionally speaking, as a new main, by the time that 9 is fully set up to cheat you, you have enough gauge to probably exceed twice and catch any of your options out. That's actually a good point you bring up, Poultry. And welcome to the stream, and thank you for hanging out with me here. I really like that point you brought out here as someone that mains new, because I have played both these characters. I have played against both these characters, but my knowledge is not going to be the same as yours. So the fact that you bring this out here means that this is something that I'm going to want to watch out for during this match, is seeing if New is able to go ahead and utilize this. Here comes the grasp immediately into the assault. This is going to perform extremely just fine. New's going to toss 9 out. One space, it looks like. Put him at range 5. Grasp will go to gauge. We threw away a Spike Chaser for this. So it looks like we're going to start in this train here of saying, hey, 9, you're going to sit over there in the corner. And we'll see what 9 can go ahead and do about this. I mean, range 5 here. Of course, New being able to get +3 to 4 range, 4 maximum, 3 minimum, is, range 5 means that there are quite a few options on the table here. That makes all of our grasps, they go up to range 5, range 4 to 5. Focuses, they go to range 4 to 6. And yeah, it's just stuff like that. We're just going to run back in as 9. Get back into that juicy range 2. Say, hey, New, no ability for you. And we're at card advantage here. New's going to think about what they want to do here. I assume New's just going to prep. Yeah, we just see the prep here from New. Back to 9. 9 does have the range options. Of course, New does as well. New's probably going to be looking to either just play the game or kind of get out here. We're not going to see their ability play out. But, I mean, they do have the Super Rage. They do have their slow options. Looks like we're going to see a focus into focus. Both players will take 2. This will give New another gauge. New is going to be looking to overdrive, of course, because New's overdrive is pretty dang good. It allows her to use her UA for free. It also gives her UA, like, just a lot better, because it gives her that +0 to 4 range as opposed to that +3 to 4 range. It means that you're hitting with pretty much sweep is a 1 to 7, which is insane. Insane. So if 9 decides to, it gets tossed out or something, we could be looking at these crazy options from really far. New's going to go ahead and boost the defend, kind of say, hey, I want to get this next gauge regardless of what you do. This makes a lot of sense to me. And 9's going to have to figure out how they want to deal with this. Oh, I see. 9 was doing this still. Looks like Petersonian's going to go ahead and let soullowe go back there and seal on 9. I like this. This is just some good sportsmanship. Of course, you don't have to do this, but it is just a nice little friendly gesture. We're going to see the cross come out into the sweep. This will perform. It's unfortunately for 9. 9's only going to take 3 damage, but this does mean New has 3 gauge. New could look to overdrive here, which they will. They're going to go ahead and flip. 9's going to have to deal with this thing here where New always has +4 range. +4 maximum range. That's it. Nothing, just that's it. Assault hit, literally every one of New's options will hit here at this range 4. And 9's not super happy about this. Yeah. Petersonian laying out on the table here that all of New's options are hitting pretty crazy. We're going to see 9 going to go ahead and play a card here. Range 3 to 4. We already saw the Emerald of Enmity come out. Here comes the Grasp into the Morganite of Malice. I imagine 9's just going to get thrown back out. I'm going to go ahead and take this moment to take another bite of food. I'm not really sure what just happened here. Oh, new advance 3 on hit. Okay, I understand now. Pulled 9 in, took long side of board, ran out. Okay, this makes a lot of sense to me. Nu's just keeping long side of board, saying, hey, I'm going to utilize my range because my range is cool, and we're going to see if you can deal with it. Makes sense. I imagine we'll see another strike here from Nu. I don't think we're going to stop striking anytime soon. So we'll have to see what Nu goes ahead and strikes with next year. Yeah, we'll just aerial backflip to range 5. This is pretty standard Nu stuff here. Nu has a lot of mobility cards. We'll see the Sword Dance come out into the Navy Pressure. Unfortunately here, if we spend all 4 forces, does break. Actually, we only have to spend, what, 3 force to break Navy Pressure? There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Spent 4 force. That is 7 damage. Navy Pressure gets broken. Yeah, I think the main reason that Petersonian did it like this is because they wanted the long side of board as opposed to the short side of board. I guess you do make a point here where saying if they would have just tossed out 9, they would have kept this long side of board. Still, actually, let's see. 9 was, I think, range. Maybe he thinks he's playing Battlecon. 9 was R4. Okay, actually, yeah, you're right then. This is pretty much similar board state. Okay, we're just going to take 2 damage from the assault here on the block. Now, this will be final overdrive. Tick from Nu. Yeah, this is just final overdrive tick here from Nu, and then they will just probably overdrive again, actually. They have 3 gates to do it. Might as well keep the ball rolling. And what else are we using it for? Well, I guess we could go for the crazy Legacy Edge, but I don't think that's what we're doing. I think we're just exceeding here again. Almost certainly. Alright. Petersonian thinking here for a second. What they want to do here. They want to get more cards, let Nu or 9 have a chance. They're just going to strike from hand? I guess they're just going to strike from hand. What actually hits here? Is this just Legacy Edge? Yeah, it really is just Legacy Edge. Alright, well, we just hit with Legacy Edge. Legacy Edge will say this doesn't hit. So Flame Punisher will whiff. Because they can either decide to stay there, or no, up to 8, yeah. They can either choose to stay there, or they can just go back 1 space. Or they could go into their face. You know, they can go wherever they want with Legacy Edge. It doesn't matter. They choose to get hit by the Flame Punisher anyways, it looks like. Right? Yeah. Yeah, they just choose to get hit by the Flame Punisher. They have advantage. Sure. Don't know why we just saw a prep here. Oh, because it draws 2, it's not a prep. Haha, I can read cards. Alright. Petersonian, gonna go ahead and... CC3? Drawing 4? Sure. 3 life to 21 life. We're just pretty much deciding how we want to close this out here at this point. Not saying 9 doesn't have a comeback factor. It's just gonna be rough. Alright, 9 here on the back end, long side of board. What do we got in stock? I mean, we probably have a really safe cross out here if we really wanted it. We did see a Sword Summoner. Sword Summoner doesn't even hit here anyways. But we could just call out cross if we think that we're getting crossed. So we'll have to see here what 9 actually decide, or what we get a response for here. There comes sweep into the spike. That's a really good spike. Lag or something. There we go. Oh yeah, Petersonian is having a lot of lag. Holy smokes. Whew, 999. 999 thing. Hopefully that comes down for them, or hopefully their internet didn't just take a poop or something. It looks like it's coming back down. There we go. Internet stabilized, hopefully. Going all over the place. It's spiking. Looks like they're gonna have an unstable connection. Okay, here we go. +1 speed, boosted, hit, may push or pull 1. Okay, understood. No seal from 9, it looks like. We're just playing. I'm gonna go ahead and put up my mic and take another bite of food for a second. Please hold for me. enjoy the silence for a second. Alright, 9's gonna go ahead and initiate another strike here. +1 speed cross at 7 speed cross finishes out the game. Alright, GG's. Alrighty, well, Petersonian will go ahead and take this 2-0 over soullowe, and we'll go ahead and advance in the bracket. And soullowe will unfortunately be eliminated from the tournament, but I appreciate them being here nonetheless. Thank you everybody for coming and hanging out. Thanks for the words of wisdom there, Poulter. And you guys have a good night.